Hello, my name is Dr. Brandy Hadley, and I teach finance in the Department of Finance, Banking, and Insurance. I'm currently an Associate Professor of Finance, as well as the David A. Thompson Distinguished Scholar of Applied Investments. My contact information is below. If I can ever be of assistance in any way, please reach out by email or stop by my office anytime. I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit about my research interest as well as what I teach. My current research can be summarized in three broad categories. First, I'm working in corporate governance, and in particular, executive compensation. Corporate governance revolves around how a firm is governed and the mechanisms that are in place to make sure that the decision making is what's best for shareholders. We understand that executive compensation is an important piece of that, as we need to align the incentives of the CEO and other leaders with the incentives of shareholders, so the decisions that are being made are what's best for the firm. We also know that the influence of leaders is substantial for firm performance. So we had a recent project that looked at how CEOs learn by going through difficult times, particularly as they guide a firm through a recession. Do they learn skills that benefit the firm later so that they can perform better in subsequent recessions or challenging times? I also had a project that evaluated the impact of competition throughout the firm on the motivation and incentives of the CEO. More recently, I have a project that is trying to understand the implications of pay differentials throughout the firm. So, for example, is the pay very hierarchical, where there's a lot of differences from the bottom to the top, or is it more flat? And how does that influence motivation both throughout the firm and at the top of the firm, as well as performance and being able to retain the employees? And what are the other implications of those decisions? I also research in politics and the influence of politics in corporate strategy. I've had a project that has looked at the executive compensation of government contractors. We know that government contracting firms face additional political scrutiny that may influence how they motivate their CEOs and the compensation that the CEOs get compared to other firms. I've also had a project that looked at the reputational impacts of misconduct for government subsidy recipients. After a firm faces a lawsuit or maybe a cybersecurity issue, does that influence their relationship with the government in the future and the receipt of subsidies? Finally, the third category that my research fits into more broadly is fintech and just the use of alternative data. I've had a past project that evaluated blockchain as a solution for honey traceability for sustainable development for developing countries. More recently, I have an ongoing project that is using SEC website search data to better understand environmental and social advocacy by pension funds. We know that historically pension funds have had a say in these areas, but sometimes the work that they're doing is behind the scenes. And looking at their search history and which firms they're paying attention to, we can observe how that translates into decisions and behaviors later. Finally, I have a recent project that's looking at how alternative data like app ratings, like apps from your cell phone, and how that can be used to predict company performance. This is data that hasn't been available historically. And so does this data have value? And is it more timely and more valuable than other traditional data? If you have questions about any of these areas or these projects or would like to talk more, please reach out. I look forward to discussing these more. I currently teach two main courses. I teach our FinTech and InsurTech courses, both at the undergrad and graduate levels. These courses are split in two ways. First, we focus on some of the emerging technologies, like blockchain, the Internet of Things, AI, machine learning, big data, robo-advisors. And then the other piece of the course is we dive in and explore how some new technologies can be used as tools in financial services. For example, we explore creating data dashboards in Power BI and Tableau. We introduce coding through SQL and Python. And we also consider some alternative coding solutions like Alteryx and SAS. No prior coding experience is required for this class. We start off with the expectation that you've never seen this before. The goal is to introduce you to these topics and tools and show you that there are a lot of resources to learn more and help you understand how they can be used and how they're currently being used in the financial services industry. I also teach the Bowden Investment Group. The Bowden Investment Group is a student-managed investment fund where 12 seniors are selected to manage a real money fund over their senior years. You apply for this program in the spring of your junior year. You start coming to the classes shortly after that. You do some work over the summer, and then in the fall and spring semester of your senior year, you manage the portfolio. In addition to managing the portfolio and learning about financial analysis, portfolio management, we also focus on professional development and teamwork. And there are travel and competition opportunities, as well as professional growth and preparing you for your future career. If you have any questions about either of these courses, please reach out. The Student Managed Investment Fund, the Bowden Investment Group, does have a website on the Department of Finance, Banking, and Insurance webpage. Finally, next semester for the first time, I'll be teaching a freshman seminar course in climate responses and responsibility in finance. In this course, we'll be exploring the role of finance in addressing climate change and promoting sustainability. Finally, I want to make sure that you're aware of the Women in Financial Services Initiative. This program is co-led by myself and Dr. Metters, and the goal is to inform women of opportunities in financial services. Through this initiative, there are many professional development opportunities like coaching workshops, financial literacy panels, career advancement discussions. We also do business visits. We visit businesses in Charlotte and New York so you can learn about some of those opportunities and what a day in the life really looks like. And then we also connect students with women in financial services, women that would like to mentor students and provide guidance and support throughout your career. If this is something that interests you, this is open to everybody. So please reach out and let me know how I can help. My one piece of advice, in addition to all of this, is you guys are in the honors program. You guys have said yes to the additional opportunities and things that will stretch you. I encourage you to continue to say yes. Take advantage of all of these opportunities and look for ways to learn more. If I can ever be of assistance in any way, please let me know.